Are you tired of sending nonprofit sponsorship packages that go nowhere? Well, today I'm going to show you exactly how to build, price, and pitch a sponsorship package that sponsors actually sponsor. Because here's the trap most nonprofits fall into is we Google sponsorship package template, we copy the same gold, silver, bronze sheet everybody uses. We guess at the sponsorship levels that they sound pretty good compared to everyone else. We paste in our logo, add a few perks, hit send to every business in town, and then silence. No calls, no emails, no responses. Just crickets and that sinking feeling that maybe nobody cares. But they do care, just not about that. So if you're doing the old, ineffective way, you'll keep losing sponsors to those organizations that know what I'm about to share with you, which is how to write sponsorship proposals that feel like a business opportunity, not a donation request. Now, here's a quick real world example. So, one of my students runs the Museum of Food and Culture. She's a small nonprofit. She's using food to connect people through culture, history, and identity. And when we built their sponsorship package, we started with an audience snapshot that showed real marketing value. So 70% of her audience is females, highly engaged online, and spending over 7 minutes on their website. So those numbers catch sponsors' attention fast. And then we priced out each against an asset using local ad rates and created activations like taste of home, demos, and cooking through cultural heritage experience. And the result, she created a sponsorship deck that feels less like a donation ask and more like a real marketing opportunity. It showcases their audience, impact, and creativity. And it revealed just how strong their connection is with women, which opened the doors to brand new partnership ideas. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear step-by-step plan to build your nonprofit sponsorship desk, price it with confidence, and actually book sponsors, not just send a PDF into the void. So let's dive in because step one is to inventory your assets and then ditch the tiers. Seriously, I will get to that in a second. Most nonprofits jump straight into the gold, silver, bronze sponsorship sheet because that's what everybody else does. But the truth is, sponsors don't buy levels, they buy value. And every sponsorship guru is going to tell you the same. Chris Bayless called those tiered packages lazy and one sided. Kim from Power Sponsorship says sponsors don't buy logos, they buy audiences. And they're right. Sponsors want alignment, visibility, and a measurable return, not a label. So instead of starting with preset tiers like those gold, bronze, and silver, start by making an inventory of everything your organization can actually offer to a sponsor and write it all down. Will you send out emails? Will you post on social media? Will you offer a booth space or shout outs from the stage? Do you have volunteer days that you can leverage? Will you offer VIP access? Is there any opportunity for content co-creation, signage at the event, or media coverage? If it reaches people, shapes perception, or connects a sponsor to your audience, it's an asset. So here's why this matters so much. Sponsors and donors might both give money, but they're buying completely different things. Donors give because they care about your cause. Sponsors invest because they care about your audience and how partnering with you helps them reach it. So your job isn't to sell sponsorship levels, it's to design marketing solutions that meet their goals. So think of it like this. A family restaurant may want sampling stations and coupons. A credit union might care more about staff volunteer days and community alignment. A grocery chain might want healthy living content and social media reach. So when you build your sponsorship around their objections, not your event grid, you move from support our cause to let's create value together. And remember, most businesses get hundreds of sponsorship requests every year. The one that stands out, they show clear value, alignment, and measurable return. Now, the next step is to build a one-page audience snapshot for each of your assets. So list out who you reach, how many and how often. And if you're offering to include a sponsor article in your newsletter, add the number of subscribers and your open rates. If you're offering social media shoutouts, don't just say we'll tag you. Show your follower count, your average reach, and engagement rate. If it's a shoutout from the stage, how many attendees will you have? That's the language sponsors understand. That's how you turn your sponsorship deck from a donation request to a business offer, one that actually makes financial sense to your partners. And step three is to start building that sponsorship deck that actually drives a meeting, not one that sits in someone's inbox. So here's the first rule every sponsorship pro will tell you: keep it short. Sponsors are busy. They don't want to read a novel about your mission. They want to see the value fast. If they can't skim it and instantly spot what's in it for them, it's too long. So think of your deck as a conversation starter, not a pitch document. Sponsorship sales are relational, not transactional. So the goal isn't to sell the sponsorship on paper. The goal is to earn a meeting where you can sell the relationship. So here's the 6-part layout I teach my students: simple, clear, and proven to convert. And that's number one, your cover. This is your visual hook, the emotional entry point. So use your strongest photo, something that shows real human impact, and pair it with one clear outcome driven headline. So something like partner with us to feed 500 local families this summer. Short, emotional, and instantly shows the transformation your sponsor can help create. Then number two, I add my audience snapshot. So start with your data, not your details. Who do you reach? How many? How often? Include demographics, audience interests, and engagement stats. This is what sponsors care about the most: your audience alignment. They want to know that your people are their people. That's what earns the meeting. And number three, the opportunity overview. Now that they understand who you reach, then you tell them what the event or program actually is. Keep it short and powerful. In 2 or 3 sentences, describe what it is, who it helps, and why it matters right now. For example, our annual community food festival brings together 3,000 local families to celebrate healthy living and raise awareness about food insecurity. This year's theme, From Farm to Family, offers sponsors powerful ways to engage directly with the community. You're not writing a brochure. You're painting a picture of relevance and reach. And number four is the activation ideas. This is where creativity shines. So list 6 to 9 partnership ideas that connect with your mission to their marketing goals. Things like Healthy Snack Station presented by XYZ Grocer, or Employee Volunteer Day sponsored by ABC Credit Union. Make it tangible, make it easy to imagine. This is where sponsors start to think we could actually do that. So as you're probably already guessing, it's not one package that goes out to 500 different organizations. It's one package made unique, tailored for that one organization that you're sending it to. And number 5 is the investment ranges. Now that you've built the value, shown what partnership could look like financially, offered a couple of sampling bundles, you can now pair it with some prices. So for example, $5,000 and $10,000 with clear benefits and community outcomes. And then include one line that says, all partnerships are customized to your goals. That sentence signals flexibility, confidence, and collaboration, all things sponsors love. And then number 6, the next step is the call to action. End with something clear like book a 20-minute call to explore how we can build the perfect partnership for your brand. That's it. No clutter, no forms, just a human invitation to start a conversation. Because remember, the goal of your deck isn't to sell the sponsorship on paper, it's to earn the meeting. I know I've said that twice, but that's how important it is. And when you follow this structure, you're not just asking for support, you're offering those solutions. And that's the difference between getting ignored and getting invited. Now, before we move on to the most important part of sponsorships, I want to do a quick shout out to this video's sponsor, Click and Pledge, a truly all-in-one fundraising platform trusted by nonprofits to simplify giving, events, peer-to-peer campaigns, and so much more. With seamless integrations, flexible tools, and transparent pricing, they're built to help you shift from just raising money to building real engagement and impact. So thanks to Click and Pledge for making nonprofit work easier and more effective, and for sponsoring educational content like this. Okay, finally, we have to talk about sponsorship, fulfillment, and proof of performance. This is where most nonprofits drop the ball and where the pros stand out. You don't want to just land a sponsor, you want to keep them. And the secret to renewals isn't the pitch, it's the follow through. So plan your fulfillment before the partnership even starts. Create a simple one-page checklist of exactly what you'll deliver and when. That might include logo placement, social media posts, event signage, media mentions. Whatever you promised, make sure you do it. Then after the campaign, send a short but polished proof of performance report, which is a one-pager that includes your total reach, engagements, and a few strong photos, a quote or testimonial. And This part is key. One insight on what you'd improve together next time. That last line shows you're serious about partnership, not just payment. This is how you go from one-time $5,000 sponsor to $25,000 annual partner. Now, creating your sponsorship package is only half the challenge. The next step is learning how to ask once you get that face-to-face. And that's exactly what I cover in the next video. So if you want to see how to turn those sponsorship conversations into commitments, I highly recommend watching that next. And if you're ready to stop self-funding and start raising real money, that's exactly what I do in my fundraising fast track program. It's built for small nonprofits, simple, proven, and guaranteed. I work with you until you raise at least the cost of the program. And I left a link in the video description if you want to learn more. And thanks so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Drop me a like and a comment. That's the best way to support our channel. And I'll see you next week.